So I'm in the shop right now bending up some metal for a head flashing. This is gonna sit on top of that French door that we put in, and it's gonna protect water from getting in and behind it, going in to damage the building. Now, when you're cutting something like this, you need to make sure that your cuts are precise. And in order to do that, I use the Crescent Aviation snips. I love these things. You have a right, you have a left, and you have a straight. But when it comes time to cutting a flashing like this, where you have a couple different profiles, which ones you use is key. So let's go over the right, the left, and when to use them. And thank you to Crescent for sponsoring today's video. So not only are these snips like razor sharp, but they do different things. So these are the right hand, and you can see that when I make a cut, the teeth are on the right, and the material rides up the right hand side. So what does that mean when we cut all the way through this? You can see that this side is much cleaner than the side with the teeth. If I wanted to cut the edge of the drip edge here, these are the snips that I'd want to use. If I were to get my red set, my left hand set, the teeth are on the left. When I go to make my cut, the material rides up the left hand side. I'll show you in an area that hasn't been cut yet. So you can see that the right hand side here is much cleaner than the left, which is pretty jagged. So when we go to cut our head flashing, here's what we'll do. We're gonna take our Sharpie and we're gonna mark through here. Then we'll take and mark this. And those are our cuts. The straight set is great for cutting through just on a straight cut. It doesn't damage much of the material either which way. So I'm gonna go through and cut here. We'll overcut it just a little bit and we'll leave this hanging off the edge. Now we're gonna go back and cut this, cut a little V in it, and then we're gonna bend this over, and that's what creates our head flashing. And you're gonna cut it all the way up to the outside of the drip edge there. Now we're gonna take and cut a small V, just like that. We're gonna grab the front here, just to give it a little bit of support, and we're just gonna bend this over. We'll have another piece of flashing that runs behind this, and we'll have another one that goes over the top, and then our siding wraps up and over. And this covers the outside corner of the door, giving us protection from any wind-driven rain. It's gonna come out over the front of the door and shed. It's not gonna allow anything to get back behind that door. And you can see underneath here the little V that we cut out. That was so that when we bent this piece in, it would make a perfect 90, and it wouldn't end up hitting. You can see that we can actually overextend it past a 90. But remember, red is left, green is right, yellow is straight. Make clean flashing cuts, just like the one that we just made here, with ease. Stay tuned because these things are gonna be up on the roof with us when we roof this house.